Hello, welcome to our tour preparational learning series. Today, we'll be looking at Corinth, an introduction to this city. It was in this town of Corinth, when Paul first came here, that he met up with Aquila and Priscilla. At that time, the Roman emperor chased the Christians from the Roman city. And as Aquila and Priscilla left Rome, they came to Corinth, and together in Corinth, they served together. And so, while in this city, both of them are tent makers. So Paul, being a tent maker himself, he too worked for his keep. And during the weekend, he will do discussions with both the Jews and Greeks, talking to them about Jesus Christ, preaching Jesus to them. However, the leaders, the people, the Jews of Corinth, they oppose him and begin to say evil things about him. It was at that time that in response to them, that he says that he will be going to the Gentiles. And as he goes to the Gentiles, there will be two names that we want to be familiar with. The first one is Titius Justus. Titius Justus is a Gentile, and he stayed next door to the synagogue. And so Paul went over from the synagogue to Titius Justus' house, and it was in this place that he held discussions week after week, talking to everybody that would listen to him about Jesus Christ. The other person is Crispus. Crispus is the ex-leader of the synagogue. This leader of the synagogue, he too believed, and he joins Paul. And because he went over and joined Paul, Sosthenes became the next leader after Crispus. Also in this city, we find that a unique thing happened. Paul had a vision, and in this vision, he saw the message of God. God saying that he will be with him. That's why stay in Corinth, because he says no one will be able to harm you, for many in this city are my people. Finally, after persecution in Philippi, persecution by the Thessalonians who followed him all the way to Berea, he couldn't find a place to stay and continue his ministry. It is in Corinth, having seen this vision, that he could stay there and minister and teach the people every week. And he stayed in the city of Corinth for 1 year and 6 months. And God's protection is evident, because after that, when Gallio became the new Roman governor of Achaia, the Jews got together. They seized Paul, they took him to court and wanted to charge Paul. But Gallio didn't pay attention to them. Gallio didn't listen to them and refused to judge over them. In fact, he drove them out of the court. And in verse 17, the Jews being upset, they seized Sosthenes, who was the leader of the synagogue, and they beat him in front of the court. But even so, Gallio chose not to do anything about it. And we saw God's protection over Paul in the city of Corinth, and he managed to have such good time of teaching. Even after that, he stayed longer, and we see that it is in this town down here that finally Paul had rest. Paul had calm, peace, and comfort. We remember he was put in prison in Philippi, being beaten. We remember in Thessalonica, the mob came out and fought against him, persecuted him. When he ran away to Berea, the Thessalonians chased after him. Now finally, when he is in Corinth, down here, Paul managed to serve the people in Corinth for a long period of time. Do take a look at the next video on the upper right corner for the background of the city of Corinth, the people there, the place during that time. And so that's all for today. Thank you. See you all next time.